of all, welcome. Welcome to this platform.
Thank you, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you, sir?
You can see me. How am I? Okay, so first of all, congratulations to you for your feat of achievement after successive failures.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I didn't
so
expect that I will get this time, but it was unexpected.
yeah, something sometimes comes in unexpected way because you do conscious study. Okay, so how was your journey from the beginning? You can start with your little bit of introduction.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. I'm Kowsalya, and I'm pursuing PhD under Pandey sir's guidance. And meeting sir was one of the biggest, like a new milestone, I can say, because after meeting sir only, I was able to like sort out the differences of UGC NET exam question paper, I can say. Before, like when I started writing the NET exam, I was not sure about whether I'm doing in a correct order or like I don't remember that I'm like I can't even say whether I'm doing a structured approach. Like I didn't have any solid plan, and I was just starting to read from whatever sources I can like find from the online sources, and I was just doing. So the initial stage was chaotic for me because I don't know, like I didn't know the correct order to study, and like that I left 3 attempts in vain. So the first 3 attempts were vain for me, like because I was not able to. My score was good, but the thing is, I was not. The consistency was not there in my previous attempts. But after attending sir's class and after getting his guidance, and I also bought his books. World Literature in Your First Literary Criticism on Ellipse. So I also bought that book, and after that only I was able to like remember the things in a chronological order. So chronology based, I would say that I'm forever grateful for sir's book, because that was like, if I get a question on chronological means, then the pages will be going into my mind and I will be skimming the pages. Okay, I saw this in the first page and this in the second. So that was very helpful for me when I saw the chronological questions. So that World Literature University was like a game changer for me, because that book really helped me a lot. And I also practiced many question papers from sir's practice workbook. Like out of 55, I can say like 40 question papers I have solved, and that was really helpful for me because I was able to find new information from each question paper. Like not I know all these question paper, I would say that I didn't score a full marks, because I was able to like crack at least above 30 questions, but in each paper I was able to find new things and I was able to learn new things. And this sixth attempt, I never thought I would clear this time. Even my family never thought that I would clear this time, but it was totally unexpected. And my family was also happy with my results, because everyone was like, I was on the verge of giving up, but this was actually a game changer for me. Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So this was your sixth attempt, right?
Yes, sir. Yes. Seriously giving it. Yes,
How many attempts were serious?
like I would say the from fourth attempt only I became serious, because after that only I was able to after fourth attempt, like after the third attempt only I started reading paper one, and like reading paper one in the sense I was putting effort in reading paper one. Before that and all, I just skimmed. Okay, this is only now I will be able to crack paper one, like that I was thinking. But after like joining Sohini ma'am's class, only then I was able to understand the concepts in paper. So like after the third attempt only I started studying seriously, because I thought I was able to find out the intensity in the examination. So after the third attempt only I was able to, like I thought of giving importance to paper one also, because before that and all I was just fully focused on paper two, and I just neglected paper one. And focusing on paper one was like a new milestone for me, because the thought of hating maths, only because of hating maths I didn't like focus on paper one. But after like solving some problems in mathematics and computer science, and then only I was able to like, okay, we can crack if we focus on paper one and paper two. Like giving importance to both the papers are very important. than just focusing on only one paper. That was actually I found only after my third attempt, sir. So like fourth attempt only I started my serious preparation.
So when you were failing again and again 5 times, were you able to identify your weak areas?
Like when I was appearing for the exam, I found that there are some questions that I don't even have idea of. Like from the first attempt, I can see I was able to crack. Like I was able to know the question or understand the questions that are from literature area, like any writers or authors or like the novels of the authors written. Some literary works I was able to understand. But when I was writing the exam, I found that I don't know nothing about literary criticism. I have zero knowledge in criticism. That was actually I found when I went on second attempt. My second attempt, I was able to understand that I'm good in literary works, but I'm not strong in literary criticism. But after attending your criticism classes, now I was like, okay, criticism is very easy because I was able to understand criticism only when I attended your classes. Sir. Before in my UGs and PG, I felt criticism as a burden. I didn't focus on that area. But after attending your criticism classes, I was able to see, okay, criticism is not that bad if you understand everything. So after reading this literary criticism in your lip, like that book was very helpful. It had all the information in a crisp manner. So it's like short and crisp. Like it was like that. I was able to understand many information because of that book. So that book was also like instead of focusing on Peter Parry and other critical works, I should have bought your book before itself, because if I did that now, I would have cleared in my third attempt. But anyhow, the time played really well with me. That's why I was able to like understand criticism after my third attempt. It seems like focusing on paper one and criticism was the biggest achievement in my life, I would say, because that too played a really lot in my life. Only after that third attempt, I was able to like sort out the weakness in my preparation, and then I started preparing.
So according to you, how many years of preparation seriously required for NET?
According to me, I would say 1 year. 1 year, I would say, because after my third attempt, I was studying for 12 to 16 hours straight without any distractions. I was studying for 12 to 16 hours. My parents were worried that something might happen to me, like physically. They were worried about that because I stopped watching. I actually, honestly speaking, I used to watch many series like in Netflix and so. But once I started preparing seriously, I stopped watching that for like total 6 months. I stopped watching. I never went and signed in Netflix or Disney Plus Hotstar. I didn't go for that. And for 12 hours, 16 hours straight, I will be studying, and sometimes I will be very weak. I will be getting fainting. I will be getting dizziness because of that straight hours, 16 hours preparation. But still, I was able to. Like I I'm reminded of it. You should not fail. You are not supposed to fail. That's what I used to say to myself, and because of that, I was able to. Like if we are sitting for 12 to 6 hours, according to me, I sat for 12 hours straight only for preparation. But if we give correct amount of knowledge in whatever we are reading, I think we have to give the correct amount of knowledge. So I think it's not the time duration, maybe the consistency will be the for this cracking. I was like before and all but in this attempt I was like revising everything. Revision is the one that I have never did in my life, I would say, but this was the time I did revision. You solved many practice questions, so only those things helped me a lot when the questions came in the exams, I would say, because I never practiced the habit of revising, but in this time I started revising. So only after revising, I was like, I should have done this before. Like whatever I did this now, I was regretting after getting my results. I should have done that before itself. So that was the regret I had when I saw the results. I should have done the revising before. I should have learned the literary criticism before. I should have focused on paper one before. If I did something in this now, I would have cracked like in third attempt or in fourth attempt. But the laziness I had actually made this failure too. Like I was able to crack only when I came in the sixth attempt. So this is the laziness. I think we should like cutting down the laziness now. We would have cracked the exam without any the time will not be any difficult, I would say. This laziness and this inconsistency were the major thing that lacked in me.
So, what made you from casual attitude to serious attitude? How did you remove your laziness?
I would say like in my UPG there was some a set of 5 students in our class. In that the first set of 5 students I would be also in the top of the class. But along with my friends I would be topping the classes. But when my topper friends they cleared the net with JRF, I was like, what's wrong with you? I questioned myself like, is there some problem in me because I'm not able to like compete with them. So we will be having a healthy competition. But I was not able to compete with them because of my laziness. So I thought you should not be lazy. You should be having this sort of thing. If you are not cracking the exam, then how will you like face my other struggles in your life? This exam is just a stepping stone of my career. So I'm not cracking this now. How will you like work in the future? You are studying this much so that you can work in future. If you are not cracking, then how will you be able to get a job? Like that I was self-questioning. The self-questioning was happening a lot in me like after my 4th attempt. So maybe that self-realization of my own mistakes made me to realize the problems I had, and maybe because of that I would have practiced and but anyhow, I should be thankful for the God, my parents, my guides, my supervisors, because everyone's effort and my dedication. I would not say my dedication, but I heard this word dedication and consistency from my friends and my teachers. Like after I said that I said them that I've cracked net, everyone was like, you are being consistent. That's why you are able to do. Only after that I realized that okay, I was being consistent. That's what others said. So I think I would have. So only then after that I found out okay, being consistent is also one of the important things to crack the exam. That's what I have learned from this exam's results.
How difficult or easy it was for you to handle NET and PhD together, along with your job? You are doing three things together: job, NET, PhD, family, all things together.
That one I didn't know how I was able to tackle all these things because maybe I'm someone I like to keep myself busy, because if I'm not busy now, then I will be just binge watching Netflix and I will be spending my whole day like totally waste. So to make myself busy, I think I've had a lot in my plate, yes, but being busy is something that I really like. So I was able to manage because of that quality I have in me. I'm not sure, but I'm someone who likes to keep myself busy so that I won't get any other distractions or any kind of laziness in me, because that is one of the coping mechanism I can say I would have. Because if I'm keeping on, if I have work now, then I won't be having time to like be stressed. So instead of becoming stressed, I would be like I would like to have more work so that I won't be having any other depressive thoughts. That was one of the tricks I used in my life.
Wonderful, super. So, what was your routine since morning to night?
If I'm going to work now, like from morning, my work starts at 8:30 and sometimes it will be starting at 7:30 morning. But before that, I would be waking up like 5 o'clock and I will be reading. I will be start revising, and after then I will be going to my work, and after going there, I will be having some 2 hours or 1 hour free time I will have, and that time I will be solving some question papers. And after coming home, I will be again doing all these. I will be doing some research, like whatever the research I have to do, I will put a schedule like from this hour to from this hour you have to complete this, from this to this you have to complete. Like the only thing is my family never asked me to do this and that for their own. Like my parents handled everything well, so I was not having that struggle. My family struggles I didn't have, because they know how important this is for me. So my family was the one that is like, they helped me a lot. They didn't want me to get stressed or for other things that happens in my family. So they are the only one to that and while seeing them, I kept myself telling that you have to crack this, only then you can help your family. So I was telling that to myself, and maybe because of that I would have passed. I'm not sure, but everything happened in all of a sudden I was like, I passed NET. I'm not even believing that. Still now I can't believe that fact I have passed NET, because It's something that is very like the whole. I would say that my father and my mother were supportive of me, and others from my family are not that supportive, and they were questioning about my own studies and my career. But still, because of my parents, I was able to do, and it's because of them I was able to like. I can still stand. I can keep on still standing because, and I'm not even stressed because of my parents. I would say that because they were always being supportive and they were always being so positive. So their optimistic qualities I can see in them whenever I keep on whenever I get depressed or whenever I feel pessimistic towards about me. So it's their optimistic values that actually made me to have this exam. So
Very true. Because I understand your father is not a father but a godfather.
yes, sir, it's absolutely true.
Yes. So when you were failing, how the family was giving the comments, how they were reacting, how your relatives, the neighbors were reacting, and when did you pass? What was the changes in the reaction?
Yes, when I said my parents that I passed net, the immediate thing what they did was they called every relative and they were telling my daughter has passed this exam, my daughter has cracked, and like my mother's side were happy for me and they were blessing me, but I didn't expect that a reaction from my father's family because mostly father's side of relatives will not be that much close to me, and they are not even bothered by the fact that I have cracked net because they just want something to keep us down, and that was what I hate in my mother's side of family. But except my father because he is someone very different from his side of family.
Wonderful. And what was the reaction when you were failing, continuous failing?
This time what I did was every time I fail, I will be laughing. I will smile. I don't have. Whenever I see the result, I don't have any sort of negative thoughts. But after 2 days, I will be start. I failed. What to do? I failed. Like that, I will be having that pessimistic thought. But this time when I saw the results, I was just. I've never cried that much in my life, and I myself and my father both were crying after seeing the results. And my mother was telling, whenever you failed, you didn't even shed a tear, but when you passed, you are shedding this much amount of tears. My mother was shocked by seeing me cry because I used to not, I say people that no, don't cry, it's not something cry, but I did something that I always approach not others people not to do. So that was very new thing for me, and I didn't expect my father will cry when I thought I would crack my exam. I thought I will be having some happy moments, but I never thought my father would cry. My family would cry. I never thought that, but when it happened, it was very completely. I was so shocked by the fact that they are also crying with me. It was something that totally
Super,
of
super.
a surprise.
Wonderful, super. So, can you tell me the name of those people who helped and inspired you to get this feat of achievement?
My father and my mother, they both are the most important people. My father is his name is Mohan. He's working as a LIC officer. My mother's name is Raj Lakshmi, and she's a homemaker. And these two are the foundation as well as supporting pillars of my life. And apart from my parents, I would say that people who told me to read in a correct way means I would say Dr. Prem Shankar Pandey for giving me the right because of your books only, sir, I was able to crack my exam. I would say that because of your books I was able to understand thoughts. I was able to understand some difficult concepts even Michel Foucault. I was able to understand his concepts through your criticism book only, sir, because that really helped me a lot. And that workbook, that practice workbook, that was when I was solving question papers, I felt a little bit easy because downloading question papers and seeing through your mobile, it was not that much easy for me. But this practice workbook, that was really helpful. That was really I would say Bible for me because I'm someone who if I watch mobile phones or laptop for continuously 12 hours or 4 hours or 8 hours for that matter, I will be getting that sort of dizzy feeling in myself. But that book was I didn't get that any kind of physical issues by reading the book, so that was helping me in my studying process. And I would also say my friends who helped me a lot in sharing their notes, and I was also able to share my notes, and that was also like helpful for me, because we were also doing this groups like group study. We would be do like we will call each other and we will be having a Google Meet, and then we will discuss on each topics. And that was also one of the process that I did while reading for this exam. So.
Super. So, what are the mistakes that you did during the entire journey of your net, and what suggestion would you give to a newcomer so that they should not commit the same mistake?
Mistakes in the sense, in reading wise, what I did was I was focusing on studying, and instead of revising, like I used to write notes and then I will keep it, I will close it and I will keep it. I will not even read that notes here later on. So that was the biggest mistake I made, like taking notes and keeping it closed. Like we have to read the notes again and again. Like the revision is very important, because the more we revise, the more details we have in our mind. That was the only thing that I did continuously. I did the same mistake continuously. Another one I would say is like revision is important. The thing is, for this exam, what I did was I was just revising the things that I know already. So I didn't add any new information into my mind, because if I add new information, then I would forget the previous knowledge. So I didn't do any sort of new information or gathering new information while the exam dates was arising, and I stopped being lazy, and I was the whole thing. For that I said a big no, and that was one of the mistakes that I did for the 3 attempts. I would say, like, I was not fully focused on reading, so fully focused on revising, fully focused on studying. I was not doing that till my 3rd attempt. So being lazy and saying no to distraction was the biggest thing I would have done, I can say, because that helped me in revising a lot. That actually gave me a lot of time to read and focus on the reading, like focus on the preparation. So that was one of my mistakes. And I can say that my friends were there, and they were like, they at some point of time they felt like they wanted to give up on these exams. And I've also seen some of my friends who gave up on these exams, and they went for a different kind of career. So I said to myself that no matter what happens, no matter how many times I fail, I should not give up on this exam. So giving up is not an option, giving up is not a choice. That was the thing I said to myself, and I also say that to others also, like to the other people who are writing the exams, who are about to write. I would say them that don't give up no matter how many times you fail, because any point of time there will always be an answer to our failures, and there will always be an answers to our problems. So that is what I also learned, sir. So like, not giving up is the biggest achievement a person can make in this time of, like, nowadays people are giving up on everything. So giving up is not giving up is itself an achievement, I would say, sir.
Super. One more stereotype that is very prevalent nowadays, that is the study material. Many people are wasting their time in the wrong material. So what is your opinion about it?
I would say, like, not depending on many notes, I would not say that. I just want people to know that fact. Whatever notes you're reading, just read it correctly. Just read it in the authentic way. The information should be read in an authentic manner. No matter where you receive, the authentic style of reading or the authentic source is the most important thing. And I also brought many books, and I also brought some books that are not even authentic. And after that only I was able to find your books in the Flipkart and Amazon, sir, and then only I started my preparation. Like in my 4th attempt, I was like, it was a rebirth for my attempt itself, I can say that, because I was getting new material and I started preparation. Like in my 4th attempt, I started like in the 4th attempt only, what's the thing, I bought your books. So from the 4th attempt, I read everything again from the first time I read everything again for the 4th attempt. Like starting from British literature till Indian, and then going with the research methodology and linguistics, I started everything to read from the first. So Authentic sources, I'm not sure everything is there. What are the authentic sources? I'm not sure what are there. But as for me, the authentic source it would be your books, because for me that helped me. That really helped me a lot, and it has big pages also to keep on adding notes in the same page itself instead of having new notes. So that your books really helped me, sir.
So, what are the books that you recommend to the people for paper one and two?
Paper one, I would say, like as you recommended me, KVS Madan, and after buying that book only, I was able to understand the concepts of paper one, like logical reasoning and computer ICT and higher education in India. I till third attempt, I never focused on this. I never even studied. I never even touched these topics. But after a recommendation, I bought KVS Madan, and after that, I completely read that full book, and after that only I was able to understand the concepts of logical reasoning, ICT and other books. So KVS Madan is one that I would be like, I can recommend that book to anyone, like for paper one. And for paper two, I read World Literature in Your Feast, first literary criticism on your lips. So that two books I've read, and some YouTube videos where I can see some extra information. I can see like live classes of an academy, and some other live classes I was able to see in YouTube, sir. And I was attending some mock test like that. I was attending there, and I was able to revise a lot of topics there, sir.
Wonderful, super. Now the session is open to all others scholars. If you have any question, query, anything you can share or ask with Kowsalya. Sony.
Ma'am, congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
I can see the happiness on your face, and I was feeling the happiness of your parents also. Because I can see that how much the parents and teachers get happiness after our success. Only these people are the true person who becomes happy. But ma'am, actually, I want to know that English is your first language or the second language, because you're too much fluent, and I think English is your too much familiar language, and you did not face many uh, language barrier while studying the material or while understanding the concept of the English. So, was it English was something barrier for you, or it is your first language?
English was my second language. English is my second language, ma'am, and I did not face any language barriers when I come to, like when I was studying. I didn't face any language barriers, ma'am. Maybe because I would say like instead of like translating some things which I don't understand, I would be like going for synonyms of that word. So synonyms of that word was helping me to learn the concepts like in a correct manner. Because if I'm using translating for that difficult words now, then in Tamil language, my first language is Tamil, so in that language it will be the totally opposite of that word. So I usually go with the synonyms and antonyms to learn the difficult concepts. That is one of the tricks I use when I start studying.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kowsalya, how did you manage my literary theory classes in Hindi?
Actually, sir, I'm someone, I told you, sir, before, like I used to watch Hindi series and English series. So because of that, I was not able to focus on net. Maybe because of watching series, it was helpful for me. Like I can understand not everything I can understand, but I was able to get whatever you are trying to say, sir. So it was like I can listen, I can read and speak, but I don't know the meanings that I'm going to speak. So that was the barrier that I have with Hindi, sir. Like I can read and write, but I don't know what is the meaning I'm writing for. That was the only barrier I have with this language.
So, what percent of content in the class you are able to comprehend?
With the help of PPT, I was able to get like 75%. I was able to get. But that 25% I was like having a little bit of trouble, but I can gather 75%. And when I was reading your books, I was able to like, okay, this was what sir might have said. Like I was able to understand when I was reading your books, sir.
Okay. Okay, anyone else? Yes, Akansha.
First of all, very congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, actually, I want to ask that. Firstly, I would to like to say that I can totally understand your pain of the failure, because I'm also fourth attempt I have failed already. So after that, I met sir and I joined here. So I just want to know that the things when we started the things when we start doing the preparation. Okay, so there are many things have been we repeat in our practice, in our revision. So what happened that we know our weakness, that this is my weakness, and we should not repeat these things again and again. In spite of that, we are repeating, because we cannot control our senses. मीन्स समटाइम्स वी थिंक मीन्स कम समय में ज्यादा पढ़ना है, टाइम अपने पास कम है लेकिन पढ़ना ज्यादा. वी हैव टू प्रेशराइज आवर माइंड दैट वी हैव टू गेट मोर एंड मोर नॉलेज एंड वी हैव टू स्टडी मोर. सो हाउ डिड यू मैनेज दीज थिंग्स?
When I start reading, I will be like, I will prepare a plan. Like from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, I have to read this. So within that, you have to complete. If you are not completed, then you have to go for a different topic. Like after 9 to 10:30, if I am allotting a different title, then I have to jump for that. I should not be lagging with the same topic itself, because if I actually tried that in my first attempt, like when I started reading, like from 7 to 9, I have to complete this literature part, and after that, I have to complete this. But at the beginning, I was not having enough time, and I was lagging very much behind, and I was like, that whole plan was not even working. So when I started, like after the serious attempt, I stopped having distractions, and when people were there to support me and to stop me from getting distracted. So I was like, I will sit in a place, complete silence. I will have my books, and no matter how much time it took, I will be getting up only after completing that. So that was the motto I kept. Like that was the thing I wrote before itself. Only after that you have to get up from this place. Only after that you have to take your breakfast or dinner for anything. After that only you have to do whatever works you have. So when I did that, my mind automatically told me you have to study or else you won't have your lunch. So like that I was planning myself, man. It was very difficult for me at the first. I can say like it was very difficult to cope up with the time. But ultimately, I was able to do that. Maybe because my mind was very much fixed that I have to crack this exam. So maybe that thing I had in my mind might have helped me to like control the time pressures I had. That's what I did.
If it is so easy that we amend ourselves just by suggestion or just by mentoring, if I say tomorrow onwards you start doing like this, do you think it's so easy to follow the instruction, to follow the suggestions? No, everything is useless until you get the self-ignition. Self-ignition will only come when you fail. But that past failure you should not carry on. Otherwise you will have a regret and a burden. So you have to release the burden and make yourself free. Just learn from the past mistakes and go ahead. But most of the students, what they do, they carry the burden of the past failure. That creates an overthinking, the regret. That is only that needs to be avoided. This is what Kowsalya said in the beginning, that she did not cry even though she was failing. She was releasing the burden because she has a very nice parents who are always supportive. There was no one to taunt her or comment her. So that was one reason. Right now, Kowsalya?
Yes, sir. It's absolutely right, I would say.